Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Morning Markets from True Potential. Today we'll take a look back at asset markets yesterday and certainly a more volatile day that was experienced. So a more volatile backdrop for asset markets yesterday. European markets opened. The focus shifted really to COVID-19 and the challenges that was presenting for the UK, the closure of transport links, and I think more fundamentally the uncertainty that was causing in terms of what is the course of action that will be required. We've seen gradual increases in the restrictive measures. We know that has an impact on economic activity. What we don't have any idea about at this point in time is the length that those restrictions might need to be in place. Clearly, at the other end of this, we've got the positive backdrop of vaccinations and a ramp up of vaccinations, but we have a period of time between a large number of the population being vaccinated and the current challenges from COVID-19. I think the other thing really to mention is just the restrictive measures do have a material impact on services and service industries. We've touched on this over the past number of months that we've seen a real divergence in the recovery as it has come through for manufacturing versus that which we have seen for service industries. And this is only a situation that's likely to be exacerbated by the current backdrop that we're experiencing. So that negative sentiment that was evident in market is justified by that backdrop. It overshadowed the very positive news that we had from the US in terms of the $900 billion fiscal support package that was put forward. It's pleasing to note that overnight that passed through the various legislators in the US, and now it's with the president for signature into law. So that's moved forward. That's something that we can tick as being done and helpful and supportive. The backdrop around COVID-19 is a more challenging. The other aspect that continues to present challenge to asset markets, in particular currency markets, is around Brexit and just the ongoing uncertainty that there is there about what shape a potential deal could look like, a situation probably just exacerbated ever so slightly by the restrictive measures that are ongoing in the UK at this point in time, and in particular the challenges with the trade routes. I think if we just look at asset markets yesterday, just to give everybody a sense of what we saw there, the Euro Stoxx 600 was down about 2.3% on the day, but it did rally over the course of the day, so it didn't close at its worst levels. Very similar in the US with the S&P down about 40 basis points over the day. It had been down 2% at one point, and within that, just worth pointing out, Tesla, which joined the S&P 500 on Friday, it fell about 7% yesterday, so it was one of the sort of the drags on the S&P. Looking just at other areas of the US market, we did see that the Nasdaq was down 10 basis points, and really the small and mid cap Russell 2000 was unchanged on the day. With that shift in sentiment, we did see the dollar rally, so just cast your minds back to what we've been discussing. It's primarily dollar weakness, dollar rallying just on, as I suppose the risk off sentiment was evident in markets. It didn't really hold a lot of that strength over the course of the day, finishing about 20 basis points stronger against that basket of currencies. Sterling really continues to be sort of the lightning rod for movements in the currency market and sentiment changes at this point in time. Closed down about 0.5% yesterday, but that did mask a pretty volatile day with a trading range between 132 and 134 against the dollar. So we'll continue to monitor that and report back on that as to how that evolves over the coming days. Just then, looking at some economic data from yesterday, we had consumer confidence in the Eurozone area. That did improve, but again, like a lot of the data points that I've touched on around sentiment and activity indicators, they've all been taken before we've seen these more restrictive measures come through. So it's really about now looking forward into 2021 and what some of these data points will look like as we have to roll through the lockdown measures that we're now seeing. Just looking at Asian markets overnight, they've generally followed the lead from the US and Europe, and we're off around 1%. We'll see how this progresses over the course of today, and we'll report back tomorrow. Many thanks for joining us again.
Subscribing to True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to your YouTube app on your phone, type in True Potential and press the red subscribe option. You'll then be notified as and when new videos are released.